So, hi everyone and welcome to my channel. A special warm welcome if you're brand new here. My name is KiwiSimsKate. Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, Sims because I love the Sims, and Kate because that's my name, as simple as that. I want to give a big shout out to the EA Creator Network. Thank you so much for giving me early access to the Lovestruck expansion pack, which is what I'm bringing you today. Little bit of a starter build in Ciudad Enamorada, the new world that we got with Lovestruck. I got this pack I think it was about 48 hours early. So I did a little bit of a playing around with it, just kind of getting my bearings a bit. And then I built this starter home on stream with my community over on Twitch. If you want to join me over there, my Twitch site is twitch.tv/KiwiSimsKate. Oh, I nearly forgot that for a minute. And I stream over there live where we play The Sims 4 mostly. We do building, we do some gameplay. I've been doing a bit of CAS recently as well. Just a little bit of everything really. And every so often we might, delve into a different game. But most of my content is around The Sims 4 because I love it so much. So as I said, I'm creating a starter build with the new pack, and I'm also using base game and Lovestruck only. So you only need to have the Lovestruck expansion pack in order to download this build. If you do get the Lovestruck expansion pack or any other Sims 4 content for that matter, either through the EA app or through thesims.com, you can actually use my EA affiliate code now. So I've been very fortunate, thanks to EA Creator Network, to be part of the EA affiliate program, which means that if you're purchasing any Sims 4 content through those channels, you can support me directly by using my creator code KiwiSimsKate in the checkout in the code section. Super simple, doesn't cost you anything extra, and it supports my content and channel. So as always, I appreciate everyone who supports, who watches, all of the above. I've got a wonderful community, and I honestly couldn't be more grateful for everyone. So back to the build now. I used a couple of reference photos, so I won't show anything because it actually turned out being incredibly different from any of the reference photos I looked at, but I just needed something to start. I searched images online of small homes in Mexico City, little kind of one-story, single-story places, just to get an idea maybe of where to start for the front of the home. And I wanted to do this little porch. I found a few different options that had this sort of front porch, covered porch section that's tiled. So I knew I wanted to use that. And then this build really does go through a few iterations. After I built the exterior and I went in and furnished a lot of it on stream, I actually went back a few days later and realized that I hated everything that I did. So I made some tweaks to the exterior, and then I kept the interior floor plan pretty much the same as what I come up with originally, but I do make quite a few changes to things like color scheme, items of, like here you can see I'm using the for rent counters. So my initial plan was not to have this be a base game and Lovestruck only build, but to have for rent as well. So it was going to be 2 expansion packs and the base game. I decided against that after a while. I thought, no, let's just do, to start with, just purely base game and Lovestruck, and then after this build I can work on something that is that has a lot more packs included in it. But I do think the for rent items go really well with this style. There's a few actually. We've got some great base game items that go well with the Lovestruck items as well. But the Lovestruck items, in terms of the buy catalogue, there's a few different styles, and I feel like we should have gotten I love that we got the different types of sort of Mexican inspired styles, but I do wish we got complete sets of some of them. So for example, we got items that don't have a full by catalog set, so you can't really do one whole house using one of the styles and fit it out purely with Lovestruck. You kind of have to bring in some other elements from some other packs as well. So a little annoying, but I do love this pack. I'm really enjoying it. So far I've explored the build by and I've explored a bit of the gameplay. I haven't done a lot of gameplay, but we did do some on stream as well. We actually, once I finished this home on stream, we moved a sim into the starter home, and she started life out in Ciudad Enamorada and used the new app, the new dating app that we got. It's just completely gone out of my brain what it's called now. It's like on the tip of my tongue. It will come to me soon. Something about love. I can't remember. I can picture the icon. Oh, that's so frustrating. Anyway, the new dating app that we got, that was before we got the patch to update, because what was happening is the app is supposed to populate with Sims from the gallery if you use a certain hashtag. That wasn't happening. And you were only getting Sims from the world, and obviously that really limits you in what Sims turn up when you're looking through the profiles. So I haven't done any of the gameplay since we got the patch. I'm looking forward to trying it again though. I hope it's been fixed, because it was definitely limiting in terms of who was showing up. We took our Sim on a date. It was really difficult. We went to a community lot. I think it was either a bar or a nightclub. I can't remember what. And it was so difficult to socialize with our date. My Sim kept talking to other Sims that were around. The Sim we were on a date with, they kept moving around and not sitting with us. And yeah, it was kind of tricky. I don't know if that's just the difficulty when you're starting out and learning that skill of sort of romance and dating and whatever the new, I think we got a new skill, did we? I'm not sure. But I wonder if that gets easier with time. I don't know, because that was just my Sim's first date, but it went okay. It just, didn't go as well as I'd hoped. So I did a bit of the gameplay. It was a lot of fun. I love the world that we got. It's so gorgeous, vibrant, colourful. Mexico is somewhere I've been wanting to go for quite some time. Mr. Kiwi and I, it's definitely on our to-visit list in the future. Not too sure when, but this is really giving me kind of FOMO for not being there. But it's also a really awesome opportunity to play around with a world that's inspired by Mexico, and not going all the way over there, which one day I hope I do. The exterior of this home I change a few times, as I mentioned. The shape stays pretty similar, but what I do change, I think I changed this off camera. I don't know if I got it recorded. I can't remember actually. But I changed the roof. So the roof that's on there now, the blue kind of hitched roof, I hated it and I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was going to work. I really wanted this sort of slanted roof over the front porch, but it just wasn't doing it for me. And I thought about maybe putting on those flat roof styles like in some of the apartments in the background, but I wanted to try something different. So I stuck with it as long as possible, and then eventually I gave in and completely changed my mind and went, no, screw it. I don't like this roof. I don't know why I can't make it work, but I went for the flat style roof in the end. So I'm not sure I actually captured that in my recording, so apologies for that, but it is in the final build. It's got a flat roof. I also play around with this porch a few times. I added the columns and then I removed them, and then I changed the columns and then I put them back to the original ones, and then they're gone all together at the end. And I use some kind of live edit debug item that I found in the menu to sort of frame some of those sections, because I didn't like how that half wall finished and there wasn't anything that kind of framed that section. So I found these long thin pole type things which did the trick. And then I added a few more roofing details to keep some interest. I really like the frieze that we got around the edging of the roof. I love a lot of the items actually. Again though, I do wish we had a bit more consistency. For example, this window that I change everything to, these bright windows, I love them, but I wish we had, I think this is the only one we got. Like, we didn't get various sizes of the same style. We didn't get various wall heights of it. It's just this one. And that's so frustrating because it makes it really limiting when you're trying to build different styles or different sizes of homes. But anyway, we roll with it. I love the bright colors as well. That's what I knew I wanted to do with this home, is to make it super bright on the outside. I actually had, when we were building this on stream, I was sort of talking about who I thought lived here and kind of maybe the background of this lot when I was thinking about it as I was building. You'll see half of the home uses that really worn kind of concrete plaster color, where the colors are a bit more dull, and they've got the bits around the bottom and the top where it's sort of peeling and coming off, and it looks quite old and worn. And then the other half is really bright and vibrant, like the interior of the porch and the right exterior of the porch, and then that orange section is all like it's been freshly painted. So that's what I imagine, is that I actually had the idea of, there's a sim who's from the world, and she broke up with her like long-term boyfriend in this other world she was living in. Maybe it was like San Myshuno or something. She'd moved to the big city with him and thought that he was the one and they were going to be together forever, and it didn't work out that way. He broke her heart and she decided to make a huge change, move back home to Ciudad Enamorada and reconnect with family and maybe some really old friends she hasn't seen for in a long time. And she ends up buying this little house here, which is super run down when she buys it, but she's in the process of doing it up. So that's why half of the house is nice and freshly painted and it has bright colors, but the other half is still a work in progress, and she's working and updating the house as she goes. So she's still kind of earning money in order to work on her new home, and it's kind of like her little project, while she also, maybe she accidentally falls in love, or she's maybe trying to explore the world of dating again after so long and being in a relationship for a really long time. Maybe she's actually wanting to reconnect with some old crushes or some old friends that maybe she didn't think of as potential romantic partners, but now that she's home and she's got this kind of fresh look on life, she's just considering her options a bit. So this is the interior where I'm starting to change, and I've made a very conscious effort that I now want this home to be only base game and Lovestruck. So I changed my mind about For Rent. I scrap all of the items from For Rent, and I start just using Lovestruck and base game. I also forgot for a minute that we got this beautiful backsplash tile, so I had to use it. I think I end up changing the color of it eventually, but I do still keep it on that back wall, and I just removed the window from there because there's this annoying thing that happens that the backsplash tile is great. However, it is limiting in where you can place it. You know, if you've got a window across a wall, it can make it really difficult to also have tile on that wall because the tile's either too wide or too narrow, and then if you place it on top of one another, it starts to clip a bit. So there are definitely limitations, but it's great to use on a wall that doesn't have windows, for example. I changed the color scheme inside this house a few times, as you can see. I couldn't make up my mind, and even now I feel like if I went back and did this home again from scratch, I'd make a lot of changes. I'm also not used to building starter homes. I was terrified building this home because I'm not very good at starter homes. I tend to build whatever I want for however much money I want. I sound like such a spoiled builder, but I really do. I don't often limit myself with budget, but it's something I'd like to try more often. So yeah, it was a good challenge, and I would like to build more starter homes and get better at building things on a tight budget. Because they come in handy, I think. I think they're great ones to have up on the gallery for people. You know, I not often, but every now and then I might start a new save where I'm not using any cheats and I actually genuinely want to start using a starter home. But sometimes the ones that come with the game are a little, I don't know, subpar. Anyway, so I've got screenshots coming up shortly of this build. You can download it on the gallery if you'd like. You can also follow me on any of my socials. They're all KiwiSimsKate, including over on Twitch. And thank you so much for watching this video. Take care out there. Bye.